Long story short, I saw some influencers get knocked over by a wave at the figure eight rock pools when I was going there to do a snorkeling report. If you'd like to hear the whole story, stay tuned.
Snorkeling scene report.
Okay, now lots of people have been getting in contact with me asking me to do some snorkeling scene reports, and my initial one was going to be on Little Bay, but because of the recent incident with the shark, I've decided not to go with that. And I thought I'd tell you about when I went up to the figure eight rock pools in the national park, and I took my snorkel along, and I had decided not to look online to check out what it looked like at the figure eight rock pools, and much to my surprise, after having to walk quite a long way through pretty perilous conditions, I found myself at the rock pool with my snorkel in hand, and it was much smaller than what I'd anticipated, and also was surrounded by a lot of influencers in G-strings and with a lot of drones in the air as well. So I didn't get too many pictures of that. I think I've got a small video of some influencers asking to get their photo taken, but the general feel of it, and if you ever go on Instagram, you'll probably be able to see many examples of this. It looks a little bit like, if you know those old champagne glasses that they use in the Great Gatsby film, or about that time. You know, they're bigger than a normal champagne flute. They're kind of a wide one, almost like, well, you'd have a cocktail in it these days. But it looked like two of those pushed together with this Ron Nagel sculpture just sitting on the side of it. That was the general vibe of the pools. Anyway, there was an old Chinese, well, I don't think he was Chinese, he was an Asian gentleman of some description, and he was fishing on the rocks, and at some point the waves were coming up very high, and he left, and I thought to myself, that's probably a good sign. That gentleman seems to know what's going on, so I should probably get out of here as well, which I did. And then when I went over, I could see some big waves coming up, and then I saw a wave coming, and it knocked over one girl here, and then it swept up these two other influences over there as well. So it was a very perilous circumstances. Now, the main reason why you're probably watching this is because you want to know if it was good for snorkeling. No, it's a terrible place to snorkel. Don't even bother there. I give it a 0 out of 10 for snorkeling. You're going to have to deal with the influences, with the Ron Nagel and the champagne glasses, as I'm talking about, but there was drones everywhere as well, and added to this is dangerous. I didn't even bother to take my snorkel out of my backpack, so it's a 0. The walk there was very good. I saw a lizard, which I always love. The nature was wonderful. I also saw a cicada very close up, which is always a bit exciting. I love the sound of a cicada. And then as I was getting back to the car park, I saw a goanna. So the wildlife, I'll give an 8 out of 10. Snorkeling, 0 out of 10. Don't bother. Influences, a big 0 out of 10. They're ruining the landscape. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy it. Happy snorkeling. I'll be back with more scene reports. Bye. Actually, I think I'll just finish up with a couple of minutes of that cicada sound. It was quite enjoyable to me. So if you enjoy that, stick around. If not, I'd suggest leaving. Bye.